afternoon. I hope whoever is watching this is doing well. Um, my name, first and foremost, is Richard Estrada, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my creative process. Um, Now, one thing for sure, I think I would definitely like to put out there is it's not necessarily a structured process or ways and methods or anything along the lines like that, but rather intuitive. Um, and that doesn't necessarily make it sound like, oh, he's got a very you know detailed and structured way of doing things, but it's 100% true. I know that with everything that I do and that I attempt to do, I don't try to force it. I've realized through doing plenty in my life and experiencing, so the biggest thing that I've learned is that you can never force anything, and you have to really let things be, because more than anything will it show that you're meant to do it and that you're meant to actually uh, get whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. But it will be done in such a natural and organic way to where you know that it's authentic and that it reflects like yourself, and in this case myself. So I know that with a lot of my song writing process, or composing, or whatever you want to call it, I know a lot of it I do not try to force. Most of it comes through a lot of moments and a lot of things that that I'll think that are in my mind or that linger on and then come on every now and then. And the biggest thing I can say for the years is I music has helped me to be able to express certain emotions and to be able to communicate in a lot of ways that I just wasn't able to before.
We would like to interrupt this program with a message from Richard's sister.
Series of 3 questions, okay? Well, first question. How would you describe my creative writing process as a musician? If you could.
Like, however?
Any description.
You're very, dedicated to doing it. And then, you've been under a lot of pressure as well.
Would you say I'm good under pressure?
Sometimes.
Do you think I'm a good musician?
Yeah. How old you are, and especially with the very little equipment that you have around you, I feel like you do a good job of what you have, and that's a good thing, because I feel like if you're a musician, you should always learn how to use the things that are around you to make music that you love.
Do you think I deserve the scholarship?
No, I just kidding. No, yeah.
Okay.
You put too much work already to not get into this college. Or get to the scholarship.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thank you, Fia.
Now back to the damn program.
Sorry, I kind of lost track a little bit as I was just walking. But to get back into that point and topic, I definitely, with those emotions that come and go and all those feelings, it's the same thing that I've realized that happens with, music. Those emotions that I mentioned, which, they could be anything. It could be from happiness to sadness to, anxiety or whatever. But those emotions, when they come, most of the time, they always come organically, I've realized. Meaning, we don't try necessarily a whole lot to try and make that a reality or to make that what is what we're facing and dealing with. But it's how they come to be. And, through seeing things in that perspective and just, living things out, I notice and pick up that a lot of things are the same way. And especially music. Especially since that's the one thing I can say that I love so much. I can say that if it was a person I would marry, that I want to devote my complete life for. And so I try not to force a lot, but I know that I will maybe give it a nudge, and that nudge being inspiration. And that inspiration could be a lot of things, you know, back a little bit, of course, to those emotions and things that linger on in the past, but also, you know, the things that are maybe not relevant to that. Maybe, you know, listening to somebody else's story. I love hearing other people's stories, and I love hearing other people's perspectives on life. You know, that's like another thing for me that definitely gets me going in terms of like wanting to create or make something. Or if I know it's listening to, you know, other music, or watching TV shows or movies that I know reflect a lot of me and what I feel, even in my, like, in its own ways, reflect and, you know, share similarities of my story. And even though, you know, they're dramatizations, some of those things, it's 100% relevant to everything I do, in its own unique ways. And so that's a lot in terms of, I guess, talking about how it comes to be with, you know, making and trying to create music. And as I am back here in my home, you know, I would like to add on one note that through this entire process of trying to, you know, make the songs for the scholarship, and display them and everything, I had a not a lung infection, a throat infection. And I was not able to sing ever since the beginning of May. I was really, really sick also for like the first 2 weeks of May, so it was like, I didn't even want to like get out of bed, like, type of ordeal. But besides even from that, you know, I understood that it's not that I won't get it done, I just haven't done it yet. And that realization helped me so much through not only just this, but through a lot of things. It's the biggest thing I know I'm going to be carrying with myself into Hollywood, and with a lot of the ambitions and things that I'm trying to accomplish. But with that, I would just like to kind of conclude a little bit. I'm going to show a little bit of clips kind of regarding the process of I was a little sick, so you'll be able to tell for sure. But regardless, thank you to anybody in MI who's watching and who is just listening to me yap about this. And I thank you sincerely with everything to be able to have this opportunity in terms of having a scholarship, and regardless if I get it or not, to be able to be a part of a school that is tailoring to my needs. So, thank you.
My name is Richard Estrada, and I am documenting my creative writing process. Whatever this beautiful disaster is that I do every time to make something that I think is really great. All right, so now my little workspace, right? One thing you're noticing for sure though is that as much as I do have a chair right there, I like the stand. I think it's way better too, Stan. It makes you more active in terms of like the whole process, which makes you more engaged. Hey, who's that handsome fella? I also have a mirror to look at myself as I'm performing and think, damn, he is so talented and sexy.
It's officially May 3rd. I have not been feeling good at all. You could say I'm on my Michael Jordan flu game shit, but, you know, trying to, like, get better and then at the same time make all this music, but, you know, still doing the grind of it, still making lyrics, still composing, still singing, for fucking crying out loud. I mean, yeah, but it's 1:13 in the morning right now, and all of a sudden now I have the energy to do what I needed to do that I never had to do all day from being sick.
Okay, so we're kind of back-ish. My voice has been getting a lot better, but it's been taking a lot of time for me to get to that point. Like, it's almost June now, and my voice still isn't all the way healed, so
but we're making progress.
Do you think I deserve the scholarship?
Yes.
It likes nice cheekbones, doesn't it? And that's the problem, right?
No, that's not the problem. The problem is that I think the music is good enough that when you just hear it, it'll say a lot. And then, like, all the questions afterwards will be interesting, and all questions now are not. That's the bottom line. People watching this, they don't know who we are. They don't know what our music sounds like. So why the fuck are we being interviewed?
Sorry that I went a couple, like 20, 30 seconds over. Please forgive me.